Hello everyone, it's Marcia. I have some more journals I want to share with you guys. I have been busy cleaning and reorganizing my craft area and my stuff, and in several different places because I'm unorganized trying to change that. I found different Reader's Digest books that I intended to make journals out of, obviously, and never got around to it. I either got distracted doing something else or lost interest. Anyways, I didn't realize how many I had until I started organizing, which is, why I was doing it. So, anyways, in my discoveries, I found 8. I have another one that I found after I started this project and didn't want to add more to my workload, but I found 8 different Reader's Digest books that I have turned into journals. They're going to be listed on in my Etsy shop, so if you're interested, you can go take a look there. I'm just going to quickly go through each one. These were kind of, the idea behind these was scrap de-stash? I don't know. I just wanted to use up a lot of my scraps, bits and pieces that I had around. I was also inspired by Gina at the Rebookery. In her style, it's different than what I normally do. It's different than my most recent journals. So I will just get in and show you each one. I think I'll start with this one because this is the first one that I did before I found all of the others. And this is the journal I was planning on using for my December daily. I'm just going to stack those over there. I was planning on using this one, focus, for my December daily this year, but then I found the other one that I made several years ago. So, okay, so now you know just how unorganized and crazy my life is. Let's get on with pretending to be normal. Okay, each one is bound with, it's closed with sari silk with a coordinating color. They each have fabric sewn onto the spine as well as glued. It also helps to reinforce the spine. The signatures are stitched directly to the spine. The fabric is on both the interior and exterior. None of the papers in this are coffee dyed unless, out of focus again, unless I found it in my drawer of scraps already coffee dyed. So, that being said, I'm just going to do a quick flip of each one. I know Christmas is nearly here, stuff like that, but this could still be used this year to journal about things that you've done, or saved for next year even. Pattern papers, writing paper. There is some sewing for pockets and tuck spots. This is a vintage magazine paper page image. Lots of writing paper. I think these would be great for writing style journaling or junk journaling. Like glue books, glue things in. It could also be used as art journaling. I don't know that Christmas is necessarily a theme you'd want to go with for art journaling, but possibly. I mean, it doesn't have to be Christmas necessarily. It could just be winter or something along those lines. Vintage sheet music and a vintage postcard in here. I'll try not to babble too much. Babble? You know what I mean. Talk too much. Calendar page. This is an envelope. They each have an envelope sewn in with some pattern paper. In here is more of the magazine page and a little, what is it called? It's like a pocket gift box. That's what it's called, a gift box. Whew. I'll get it. Lots of room to write. Each one has 30 pages in each signature, 60 pages, which gives you 120 sides. It's a vintage image of a little girl. the majority of the pages are pattern paper, writing paper, and magazine pages. So this is another piece of a calendar page. I gotta speed this up. I got too many to go through. And you get the basic idea. A little piece of fabric, the tip-in, just lots of writing paper, another little poem. It's a song, children's song. And each one has this is just a cut down manila envelope with extra little bits and pieces that can be added to your journal. I thought for junk journal style that would be nice. You could add, things as you go. This is just some cut down writing paper. So there's that one. That's the red, I'll call it the Christmas one. I don't think I'll do names, just colors. This one is pink and purple. Again, with the same fabric. These stitches on these are all hand stitched across the top, bottom, and along the spine. The solid colored ones are not terribly old Reader's Digest, so they have this debossed Pegasus in the corner, which could easily be covered up if you didn't care for it, or you could just leave it. Vintage magazine paper. This is just a little tuck spot with some little things tucked in. Some fabric. Magazine paper. Just a vintage leaflet. Book pages. I took a lot of the images out of the Reader's Digest and put them in the books. I think they're great for journal inspiration. They could be covered over, painted on, something glued on them, what have you. Book page, the map, music paper, little fabric flip, or that magazine paper. I love that old, these are, what are they called? Saturday Evening Posts from 1965 and 66 that I have several of. And some painted, stenciled paper, just writing paper. A little tuck here with a tag that I made a long time ago that I found in my stash. This is what happens when you clean, people. You find amazing things. I'm just kidding. I'm just talking about myself because I am a mess. I'm trying to change that though. This is a more modern magazine image page. Thought the color went well. Book page, a little writing spot, receipt, paint chip, and this large pocket here. This is an envelope. I didn't close it up. I'll leave that up to the recipient to decide what they want to do with it. Tuck spots. Another fabric flip there. Just pattern paper. And so on and so forth. Other side of that magazine page. And the envelope with the extras in it. That one's pink and purple. This one is green and maroon. Whoops. I don't know what just happened. Nothing tore though. Vintage magazine pages. This is wallpaper with a little tuck spot sewn on. Pattern paper, calendar page. This is just tucked in here. It's just a picture from a book. Ledger paper, magazine page, book page. I love the old cars. 65 Grand Prix. Old TV. I really enjoy the advertisements in those magazines. They're fun. Just from the Reader's Digest. Fabric flip. A book page. Some raffia sewn on here to make a little tuck spot. Another one of those old cars. My first car was actually a Chevy Impala. It was huge. It was wide and long. It looked a lot like one of those, and it was mustard yellow. My grandfather got it for me. Just a little tidbit. A little magazine paper, some vellum. Pocket there. So, majority of the images, since they're from the Saturday Evening Post magazines from the 60s and 50s, are retro pictures. Find a place to stack all this stuff. This one is another green, a different kind of green, and maroon. Green was a popular color with Reader's Digest, I've come to discover. Finding one that is not green is a rare treat. Or some sort of green in it. Another one of those old cars. Somewhere on this page here it says transportation. I thought that was fitting. Yeah, transportation. It has all these cars right here. I don't know, I just had to share that with you because when I saw it, I thought, you know, they had to go together. Pattern paper. Just lots of papers that you could journal on. There's another one of those envelopes that I did not close up. This is a old file folder, legal size file folder that I cut down. A map. Just some scrap pieces of paper. Can be added anywhere that you want. A vintage receipt. From a calendar page, a part of a picture. A thank you card in there. So there is no theme to these other than just color wise, trying to keep the colors coordinating, because I have a hard time not keeping colors coordinating. That's some thick cardstock type paper there. I have a hard time diverting. I choose 2 to 3 colors, and if they don't, this is just a note paper tucked in there. That's from one of the Reader's Digests. There's some interesting pictures. This is a modern magazine, but I liked that image there. Matched really well. And an envelope of extra stuff. This one is very retro, kitschy. The colors in it it required a certain style, so I went with it, and I found quite a bit that go with it. It's kind of an orangey red and green, very retro, cardstock, map pages, Reader's Digest image, magazine, old Campbell's food advertisements. I'm getting there. From a Reader's Digest. Oh, I didn't put anything in that envelope. Shame on me. This is a modern image, but it looks old. It looks dated. Let's just put it like that. And that page, not so much. It's an image from a Reader's Digest. This is the other side of that image that I said looked dated. These ladies look like they could easily have been just taken out of the 60s and put right into that picture. On that page. This is from one of the magazines. It's got that beautiful orange red on it. I say beautiful with extreme sarcasm. I think in the right context, like in this book, I love it, but honestly that color just is not one of my favorites. These are just some more images from the magazine. From the 60s, you got the, I don't even know what you call it. It's like the couch built into the floor, and it's got the green shag carpet, and that red carpet, and a hot tub, and just, yes. all the loveliness from that era. Just a little piece tucked in there. Inside of the Campbell's, another piece of it. Just from the, just a card that you were to mail in from the magazine. Reader's Digest, some pattern paper. Graph paper stuck in a graph paper pocket. No, not graph paper, ledger. This is an image from the magazine as well. And there's the 1966, the cover. Fabric flip. I don't want to go too fast, but at the same time, I have a lot to get through. This is from the Modern magazine. The colors looked really good with it. And then back here is just from the magazine as well. This is from the original book. It was the cover page. So there's that. That's the red and green. This is a darker purple, kind of almost maroon, but not quite. Yeah, I got fuzz everywhere. It's another one of the more modern Reader's Digest. Some wallpaper, another card from the magazine. Some cardstock. This is another little tuck. I didn't put anything in there. Paint. What's that called? You know what I mean. Paint sample? Paint chip. That's what it's called. Large pocket here. This is a paper doll that could be cut and used if you wanted to. Some seafood. This was a drink advertisement. Fabric flip. I pulled all the pinks and purples that I could from the magazine, or the Reader's Digest. This is handmade paper that I made ages ago. Magazine page, ledger. It's just part. This is front part of a card and some more of the paint chip. Tuck spot. This is some packaging. I like the peacock feathers. It's from a Reader's Digest. This is a modern page, but I liked the purple in the horizon there. Another magazine image and just some writing paper with a little flower on it. Can't get it back in there. Oh, that's cardstock. Thought it was wallpaper for a second, but it's not. Chester, okay. This is magazines from the 60s. I was going to state this earlier. There are a lot of advertisements for cigarettes. I tried to cover up majority of them, but I couldn't cover up. I mean, I could have, and whoever gets this could, of course, cover that up if it bothers you. But I just left it. Another just pamphlet, leaflet thing. See, it's all about smoking. Yeah. I chose it because of this color of this advertisement here. She's wearing purple. This is wallpaper, writing paper. Girl in her purple bikini. Well, swimsuit. It's not bikini like you'd think of these days. It's not a string bikini, let's put it like that. And the envelope of extra stuff. And a different color of green, of course, and kind of an antique white. This is some antique linen sewn onto here. Pattern paper. Ledger. Another one of those Reader's Digest images. Wallpaper. Old magazine page. This was another, I'll show you when we get to the other side. It was another one of those cigarette, this is wallpaper, cigarette, what are they called? Advertisements. I'm getting tongue-tied. Magazine image. I liked that part there. This is a card, just copy dyed paper. I like this old card right here. It looks really good with this book, I think. Reader's Digest image. It's a piece of a calendar page, and this is where I sewed onto it, trying to cover it up. Talks about cigarettes again, of course. But I really liked this image here. Some more wallpaper, magazine page, pattern paper. This is also from a Reader's Digest. I think sometimes these, I don't know if I've said this already, but I think these Reader's Digest images could just be jumping off points for journaling. I like taking just images or even just patterns, sometimes color combinations, and using them to inspire my journaling. Another one of those. This is a vellum pocket. Another card here. It's a little woodpecker and this little ribbon sewn on. Oops. Lots of different sized papers. Papa Hemingway. I wanted to use the whole cover, but something had gotten onto it, so I just cut out the part that was still clean and usable. Oh, stuff's falling over. Okay, this one does not have a theme. I know it has the Eiffel Tower on here and postage and everything, and I love the color of this. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It is a bluish, purplish, teal kind of color. It's another one with the Pegasus on the front. The fabrics are not the same because I did not have enough, and I really liked this blue color here. This is wallpaper pocket tuck. This is just stenciled. Another piece from the Reader's Digest magazine. Calendar page with another page sewn to it. The large pocket here with just some pattern paper for writing. Writing paper with the blue in the sky. A fabric tab here. Oops. I didn't trim all my threads. Sewing pattern instruction paper. A pocket made out of a scrapbook paper cover. I like this, it says Deja Blue. Another large pocket here. Put something in. This also makes a pocket here where I sewed the pages together. It says an invitation to the voyage. This one could easily have a travel theme. It's just kind of how the images kind of took on, and the papers took on a thing of their own, theme of their own. Little fabric clip. Another little image from the Reader's Digest. This one was from a cover. A little tuck. A little paint chip sample. It says stenciled paper. It has, it's got a shimmery gold. I don't know if it'll pick up. Another piece of that scrapbook paper, wallpaper. It's a book page from an encyclopedia. It has to do with architecture. Large pocket. Some of that shimmery stenciled paper. Coast Road, the other side of the paint chip. A little tuck here in the ruffle. Oops. And the envelope. And there they are. I hope you enjoyed that, And I'm trying to think. I told you there's 160 pages. Well, 120, sorry, 120 sides in each book. They all come with sari silk tie ribbon to tie around. They are approximately 5.5 by 7.5. I don't have a yardstick with me. A ruler. I don't need a yardstick. Anyways, and of course all the details will be either in the description or on my Etsy listings. Oh my goodness, so tongue-tied. Yeah, so just let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and go check them out. Thanks guys, bye.